This is the Phantom 3 copter that I brought, Quadcopter. This is its first flight, so it's only just going to waffle about at grass top height. A lot of obstructions and trees around here, really shouldn't be flying it here, but we're going to give it a go. Now I've come out to, it's the park at Tippins Lane, where the old dump used to be in Woodley. You see I'm doing some tests because it's got a problem with roll. The camera's supposed to compensate for all helicopter roll and tilt and pitch, and it works marvellously on the fore and aft, the pitch. If I roar it hard forward, you'll see the blades in the top of the screen there, and that means that it's tilting hard forward, but the horizon stays spot on. There, that's trying to go lateral left, well, lateral right, lateral left as the copter sees it, and you see it immediately kicks up because the camera's tilting with the helicopter. Nearly got a haircut there. Get up to 35 miles an hour is its maximum speed, but you see as it goes forward and back, the horizon stays spot on. That's the camera doing what it should do in the tilt position, but it certainly doesn't do it in the roll position. Now I've come to the South Lake Park. It's opposite the house. It's evening time, and I can now see the screen. It's an iPad, the screen, and out in bright sunlight it's impossible. I'm not sure what the answer is for that. It hovers nicely. It's rock solid. It'll just sit there. It's sitting on the GPS, and the GPS is as accurate as you see it hovering. I brought it here because there's a lot of wildfowl here, and I wondered how it would affect the birds, but it certainly pulls this one. See, that camera could almost be on a tripod there. That's just hovering. Camera is a full HD studio quality thing too. It's got a bigger sensor than the Nikon D800. I think this is 40mm across against 36, which is a standard 35mm FX on the Nikon. The stills it does are 12 megapixels, very high quality. I'm doing this because I can see the screen now in the evening light, and I'm back in the back garden, and I'm going to have a look over the house. It's a little bit tricky getting out of here because there's some trees overhead, and I don't want to go strimming the trees. Just have to thread it through this lot. But that's the GPS that's holding it steady, not me. In fact, it's more than GPS. It's GLONASS, the Russian satellite system as well. So it's got a vast choice of satellites, and we'll always have sort of many to average on. That's where we came up. just get a bit more altitude so I know I can clear the beech trees up at the top of the frame there. I want to be well over the top of those. I've got to get some of the controls sorted too. You can alter all the gains and offsets on these, and the tilt is a bit lively. It wants quietening down. So is this yaw, where the whole helicopter rotates here, because the camera always looks ahead. See what the neighbours have got in their garden. Now, if the camera didn't look ahead, you'd see your own landing gear and skid, so the camera's always looking ahead, and that's the whole helicopter turning there. Go around the front, have a look at the front of the house. Front of the house, and that's me still in the back garden at the moment, right at the top of the frame near the centre. I'm taking it to the back garden again. I'm going to go in backwards, and that means I've gone back to the back garden. So the helicopter's facing the same way as I am, which makes it a lot easier to control. When the helicopter's facing you, you've got to think your left and right and forward and back controls are reversed, so you have to think hard. I paid a guy £20 to clear out those gutters the other week, and he left a lot up there. I don't think I got my £20 worth there. Now we go down this gap, land somewhere near the manhole cover. You can see the lawn's had some moss killer on it. Back in the long grass. Now I've come out to the park again at Tippins Lane. I'm trying to sort this camera roll thing. It's not right, but I've been, it's possible it's in software, and the menus for this are very complicated. I've been playing with them. But you can see it's all uphill now because it's tracking to starboard, facing me, and the whole helicopter has to tip that way to move that way, and the camera's not compensating. That's a big tilt forward there. You see, that's full flat out, and the horizon just stays smack on. So if the sideways bit would do what the 4.5 bit tilt does, things would be fine. At this time I can't see a thing in the screen. It's far too reflections, and it's the iPad. So in the same park, come up a bit, going to go up to 400 feet here. I can't legally go any higher than that. I can't see the actual machine now, but on the screen you've got Google Earth Maps, so you know where it is. The GPS shows it on the map, and the park's well displayed. That's from the Tippins Lane Park looking north. That's Wangle's College there, and we pan round to the east looking towards Twyford, and the south looking towards Dinton Pastures down there. That's Woodley Town in the middle there. The bright buildings are Headley Road, the small little industrial estate there. And Reading is on the horizon, just right of centre. Bring it down now, but I won't land it until the dogs are clear. Some dogs seem to get a bit excited by it, and I don't want them to leap up and snatch it and run away thinking it's a bone. Off you go, dogs. This is taken off from Vauxhall Drive in Woodley, and we're looking northeast. Right in the middle of the screen is the roundabout where Hurricane Way, where the doctor's surgery is, and to the left is the Headley Road industrial estate, and in the middle that's the new houses being built where there used to be factories. That's looking towards the Just Tiles roundabout, would be just left of centre, middle screen now. And the green at the top there was Bulmish. That's Vauxhall Drive, there where a friend of mine lives. We'd taken off from a little park opposite his house, which is near the scout hut there. Bring it down to land here.